Hello, and a merry Monday morning to you, my valiant mermaid muffins of frosted cherry pie goodness and crumbles and all the happy things. Coffee cheers to you. It is I, Hallie, with today's weekly reading book review. We are tired and we are pre-tired for the week ahead, but good things to come. So pour yourself a cup of coffee should you like to talk about books, and I will share with you the stories I read this week and the stories I might read next and all the things. Okay, cool. So the first one I finished, I did post a preview post because this just cover deserves all the beauty, and those end pages, unbelievable. I still have yet to color the end sheets, but very excited about such an endeavor. This is The Elsewhere Express by Samantha Soto Yambao. You may have read her Water Moon last year, although she has a really prolific back catalog. I'm looking forward to investigating, exploring, finding, hunting down, tracking, reading. This was lovely. I think, yeah, all the books I read this week or am reading have some suicide ideation in there. So just FYI, this one included. There's an artist who's losing his sight and another protagonist, and they both find themselves on this like dream train, and it's like, is this reality? Is it not? What keeps it running? Are we content here? Do we go back to the real world, etc.? And it was just lovely and quirky and surreal, and it was great. So thoroughly enjoyed The Elsewhere Express. Lots of fun little details, but also like fun short little chapters and interstitials, and thoroughly enjoyed the lovely Elsewhere Express. As I've told you before, I mean, even just the cover very much reminds me of the Japanese anime Your Name, as well as my favorite happy place I go to in Spirited Away when Chihiro and No Face are on the train that's just skimming over the water tracks. Like the water and the train is just lovely. So anyway, thank you for writing that, Samantha. It was lovely. Then I read a real uplifting one. Sarcasm. This is Othello by William Shakespeare. There are a lot of great lines in here. However, I do not want to illustrate any by Iago because I just, bad guy. So this was tragic. Is that even the subtitle of this one? It's something, or, oh, no, it's just, oh yeah, The Tragedy of Othello, The Moor of Venice. So, lots of feelings, but it's Shakespeare, and it's a good story, but man, I hate manipulative, lying bad guys, so there's that. Othello was not to blame, although he did murder his wife, but different story. Okay, then I read The Correspondent by Virginia Evans. This has just been killing it on the bestseller list. It is, I believe, her debut, and it's just letters that this woman and her friends and or acquaintances and or famous authors write back and forth. And I have so many questions, but good news for you, you don't have to listen to me right now because it's our book club pick this month. So Wednesday night, I will get to discuss that with a couple dozen ladies, and we'll talk about it. So Correspondent, it wasn't like life-changing, but it was a really interesting read, and I have questions as to why it was interesting. So we love the letters. Yeah, so it was over a couple of decades, and it was a lifetime, and an old lady who also was losing her sight. So that was depressing, as were some other things in the book, but ultimately hopeful, I guess. I don't know. Life is hard, man. I think that was maybe the moral of it. Life is hard. But, you know, people. Okay, I really sold that one to you, didn't I? Okay, and then something completely different, but also big feelings. This is NUNU and the Sea by Isabella Kung. Dropping tonight in the Cram Box, otherwise known as the Hallie Gal Patreon, which link in my bio if you haven't checked it out yet, or if you're not yet in the Cram Box, love to have you. A picture book deep dive of this beautiful picture book. It's collage and watercolor and pencil, and about emotions, because they can get big. And you know I love paper, all the media she used in this one. And so there's going to be a video about this, as well as updates on my own Ghost Bunny book. So have a look-see at that video if you're interested later tonight. And then this week, stories I will be consuming, about to consume. Okay, so I get to see SUFFS at the Peace Center, the musical about the women's suffragette movement, which honestly, all I know about it is purple is the color, because Blackwing put out purple pencil with, I think it's the 21st Amendment, 19th Amendment. I don't remember. I don't know, 29th? Sorry, I should know. It's an amendment in our Constitution. Women get to vote, yay! And mostly the votes for women from Mary Poppins. So I get to see that, very excited. I will also be watching, I hate the cover, but it's a chorus line. I don't know, it's just too cringy. But I'm gonna watch that for reasons of acting class and the monologue I will be memorizing and performing. I need to rewatch Cat on a Hot Tin Roof because we just read that Tennessee Williams play of my heart. Not really play of my heart. I love Tennessee Williams. The Glass Menagerie is a play of my heart. Anyway, he also wrote Cat on a Hot Tin Roof. I need to rewatch that classic film because I love old movies. Currently reading, this is Haruki Murakami's, you know, him and his wacky titles, Colorless, TSUKURU, TAZAKI, and His Years of Pilgrimage. Okay. Yes, I started this book before, but last week when I went to my used bookstore, look at this beautiful edition. So I took that one back and got this one and said, this is a Knopf one from, I don't know, I don't remember, it's in here, 2014. They put out this gorgeous edition, and these actually mean something. The cover design is thoughtful to the story. So again, suicide ideation in this one, but also trains and life in Japan and broken friendships and mysteries. And I think it's gonna get surreal because the woman he's having dinner with right now is about telling a ghost story. So I'm into it. Or maybe it's his guy friend who likes music. I don't remember. Anyway, it's just a beautiful, just squatty little book. And you know I love them. It's got that matte paper cover. It's just so nice. So currently reading a Murakami. If you saw in my comment, many of you commented, that's a lot of Murakami in my stories when I went to the used bookstore last week. What made me a fan, and I had never read him before, but his Novelist as Vocation was so good. It was nonfiction about his writing. And then I read The Wild Sheep Chase, which was just surreal and strange. And you know how I like surreal and strange. And so I've been slowly reading them. Long time ago, I had tried to read The Wind-Up Bird Chronicles, couldn't do it, but I was a different person then, so I might try it later, but starting with his shorter books for now and loving this one just because, mostly because it's a good looking book. Okay, also might read next because I just read Othello. I also found this Harold Bloom essay at the bookstore IAGO, The Strategies of Evil. Yeah, that'll help. That'll help. But it's short and mostly just quoting the play, it looks like. So that should be an easy read through since I just read Othello. And of course, we'll be doing our Breast Up to Shakespeare 2025 quote for that. 2026 now. Might read next. This one just came out and I'm so excited. It's so beautiful. I had to break my no new books rule. And go to the bookstore for this one. This is Agnes Aubert's Mystical Cat Shelter by Heather Fawcett, who, you know, I love her middle grade novels, but she's also really famous now for Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairy, which I still only read the first one because I got into her middle grade. Anyway, this is her new one. It's shiny. You can see some gold Art Nouveau little detailing there, and, you know, cats. What's not to love? So gonna read that one eventually in the next couple of months at least. Also, it's about time I need to read The Remarkable Journey of Coyote Sunrise by Dan Gemeinhart. Sorry, don't know how to say your last name, Dan, but I've heard great things and wonderful things about the sequel as well. So looking forward to that. Middle grade, happy place. And it's been too long. Like, you wait so long and then it arrives and then you're still like, I'm not ready, but am I ready? I need to read number 4 in the Nevermore series, Silverborn, The Mystery of Morrigan Croww by the one and only Jessica Townsend. You know, I love the Silverborn, not Silverborn, this is Silverborn, the Nevermore series. The first book is one of my favorite books of all time. So this is number 4 that came out last summer. I don't know what time is. Okay, I love you guys. Those are stories I have that I'm looking forward to amongst many others. So I'd love to know what stories you're reading, loving, enjoying. I will be taking a break for March from these videos. We have been going strong every Monday morning. I think maybe once we've done it on a Tuesday, the day I was traveling home from Denmark. But otherwise, we've done it from the steps of Sacré-Cœur in Paris. We have done it on hotel room floors and everywhere in between. And I'm just gonna take a month off and trust you'll be okay. I'll probably do a favorite reads of the month, but it might also just help me feel less pressure to read thicker books. So it's not like I'm halfway through a book this week, guys. I don't know. But I also have a lot of acting class homework and art projects, and the end of the last week of every month is nuts because I put pressure on myself to get all those Patreon promises together for you, getting ready for March's Happy Mail for the crayon box, my Patreon, and like my Substack and my favorite reads of the month, and who knows what else. But it's a busy week, and there's also a local arts conference this weekend, and working and all the things. And you don't need my life story, but I'm gonna take March off, see how that feels, and at least do just a favorite one. But I'm not disappearing forever. I'm gonna save myself 3 hours every Monday morning, if that's okay with you. Cool? All right. Love you guys. Again, let me know what stories you're reading, loving, enjoying. I will be around, and go drink more coffee for me. Okay? All right. Love yous. Bye.